Denny Hamlin came to Pocono with 2 straight Cup wins, a pole-winning car, and one chance to do something he had never done in 21 full-time seasons. One more win would make it 3 in a row. But Pocono had fuel traps, teammate drama, and Tyler Reddick closing fast. Then Hamlin passed the late Kyle Busch in history, and NASCAR went quiet. Denny Hamlin did not arrive at Pocono looking for a normal Sunday. He arrived with pressure sitting on the hood of the number 11 Toyota. Nashville was already done. Michigan was already done. 2 straight Cup wins had turned Hamlin from a weekly threat into the hottest driver in the garage. But Pocono was different. This was the Great American Getaway 400, a 160-lap race at a 2.5-mile track that almost never gives drivers an easy path. Pocono has 3 turns that do not feel the same. Turn 1 is fast. The tunnel turn can punish one small slip. Turn 3 is flat, slow, and important because it sets up the long front stretch. A car can be strong in one corner and weak in another. That is why drivers do not just race the field here, they race the track. And Hamlin had one more thing chasing him: history. He had won big races before. He had built a Hall of Fame-level career, but he had never won 3 Cup Points races in a row as a full-time driver. Not in his rookie years, not in his prime, not during any of his best seasons. So when he put the car on pole, it looked like the perfect setup. But Pocono did not give him control right away. Kyle Larson started beside him and jumped to the lead at the green flag. For the first stretch, Larson looked like the driver with clean air, speed, and command. Hamlin slipped back, and the streak suddenly looked less certain. That is the first reason this win mattered. Hamlin did not dominate by leading every lap. He had to recover. Larson led the opening run while Hamlin waited. Then the number 11 began to close the gap. At Pocono, long-run pace matters because the corners slowly expose the car. A fast lap is one thing. Holding speed when the tires age is something else. With 6 laps left in Stage 1, Hamlin made his move. He caught Larson in traffic and passed him down the front stretch. That pass gave Hamlin the Stage 1 win, and it gave the field a warning. The pole was not a flash. The car had race speed. But remember, this race was not going to be won in Stage 1. It was going to be decided by fuel. Stage 2 flipped the race into a strategy fight. Some teams pitted before the stage break. Some stayed out. Take points or take track position, save fuel or chase clean air, that is where Pocono becomes cruel. It makes a crew chief choose between the safe call and the winning call. Todd Gilliland stretched his fuel over the final 44 laps of Stage 2 and won his first career stage. That moment mattered because it showed everyone what the finish might become. This was not just about speed anymore. This was going to be a fuel race, and that made Hamlin's 3rd straight win even harder. Late in the race, Christopher Bell became the biggest wild card. Bell was not just another Joe Gibbs Racing teammate. He was driving with a broken left wrist from his Michigan crash 1 week earlier. He had been stuck back in traffic. A normal finish was not enough, so his team made the brave call, lustrate the fuel, stay out, make Hamlin catch him. For a few laps, it looked like the race had turned upside down. Bell was out front, saving every drop he could. Hamlin was behind him, closing fast. William Byron and Tyler Reddick were still close enough to matter. The field was waiting for one mistake, one caution, or one empty fuel tank. This is where Hamlin's win became more than a hot streak. He had to beat a teammate without wrecking the race. He had to push hard without using too much. He had to close the gap while knowing Reddick, the points leader, was still in the fight. With 4 laps to go, Hamlin got there. Then he passed Bell. That was the move that broke the race open. Bell tried to hang on, but Pocono took the gamble away. He finished 26th even after a smart and brave call that nearly stole the race. Now Hamlin had clean air. But the job was not finished. Reddick was coming. And this is where the championship story came straight into the finish. Reddick was not just another second-place driver. He was the points leader. He was the 5-win driver who had owned the top of the standings for much of the season. He was also racing for 23XI Racing, the team Hamlin co-owns with Michael Jordan. That made the ending strange and powerful. Hamlin, the owner, was trying to beat Reddick, his own driver in the business world. Hamlin, the racer, was trying to erase Reddick's points lead. Reddick had already watched his big advantage shrink. Earlier in the season, the lead had been over 100 points. After Michigan, it was down to 51. After Pocono, it would fall even harder. Hamlin crossed the line first. Reddick finished second, 1.678 seconds behind. But none of those facts changed the main headline. Denny Hamlin had done it. 3 straight Cup wins, Nashville, Michigan. Pocono, for the first time in his 21-year full-time Cup career, Hamlin had won 3 points races in a row. That alone would have been enough to make Pocono historic. But the win carried a second punch. It was Hamlin's 64th career Cup victory. That moved him to 9th on NASCAR's all-time Cup wins list and pushed him ahead of the late Kyle Busch. That part gave the day emotional weight. Kyle Busch was not just a name on a list. He was a 2-time Cup champion. That is why Pocono felt bigger than a trophy. It was a race where the present touched the past. Hamlin was chasing a championship, but he was also moving deeper into the sport's record book. Every new win now changes how his career is remembered. And after Pocono, the numbers were heavy. 4th win of the 2026 season, record 8th Cup win at Pocono, 64th career Cup win. First 3-race Cup winning streak of his full-time career, 9th on the all-time wins list, only 19 points behind Tyler Reddick. That is why this was not just another Hamlin victory. It changed the shape of the season. Before this run, Reddick looked like the driver in control. He had wins. He had points. He had a cushion big enough to make everyone else chase from far back. But Hamlin turned that cushion into pressure. A 19-point gap is not safe. One stage can change it. One bad pit stop can cut it. One tire problem can flip the standings. And with 10 races left to set the 16-driver title field, every Sunday now feels tighter. That is the re-hook. Hamlin is not only winning races, he is forcing the whole Cup garage to reset the championship picture. The number 11 team looks complete right now. The cars are fast. The pit crew is clean. At Pocono, he did not win because one thing went right. He won because every hard part of the race tested him, and he had an answer. Larson took the lead early. Hamlin answered. Stays 2 turned into a fuel and track position fight. Hamlin stayed alive. Bell tried to steal the race late. Denny Hamlin's historic Pocono win left NASCAR speechless because it hit every layer at once. It gave him the streak he had never reached. Pocono was supposed to test the streak. Instead, it made the streak look stronger. Now the question is no longer whether Hamlin is hot. The question is how long the rest of NASCAR can stop him from turning this run into something even bigger. Because after Pocono, Denny Hamlin is not just chasing wins. He is chasing history. And history is starting to move with him.